All right, so assessment number 3 is going to be a little different than our typical assessment. So normally you're on the forms for your assessments. And this one, we try to make it a little bit more interesting, a little more real life. So you're going to pretend that you just got your license, which I'm sure many of you have already just gotten your license. And you're going to pick out your first new car. This website is a suggestion. You do not have to go to this website. If you have a car that you've always been interested in, then you should definitely buy the car that you want. Because right now we're just going to pretend that you can afford it. So we're going to click on this website. And when you go to this website, and again, this is a suggestion, it's just trying to make it a little bit easier for you. You can pick out any car that you want. So you can pick from new, used cars, or you can toggle down to the type of car that you like. And then, of course, the models. You have to pick the type of car first before you can pick the model. So I'm going to pick a car right now. All right, so I want to pick a new, let's pick a McLaren. And let's pick GT. Okay, and then we have to put our zip code in. So your zip code is going to be different from mine. I'm 11725. And let's see what there's around. All right, look at this. So I'm going to pick this McLaren. So we have, wow, that's a nice car. All right, let's write down our information. Okay, so the worksheet asks you for the make, the model, the year, the price, and then you have to find the down payment. Okay, so the model and the make. So the make is a McLaren. And the model is the GT Pioneer. And it is new. But if you're not sure, if you look right over here, it'll say the year. So this is a 2020. You don't have to buy a 2020. The price, of course, out of control. So $242,475. All right, and then we have to find the down payment. So on your end, the worksheet's going to look like this. You do not have to print out this worksheet. Of course, you could just write on a separate piece of paper the make, the model, the year of the vehicle, the price, and then the down payment. So we're going to find the down payment, and then it also gives you the loan that you're going to have. So you're taking out a 6-year loan at an annual interest rate of 5% per year. We're going to figure out what our monthly payments will be. Okay, so to find 10% of this, I'm going to take, because that's what our down payment has to be, $242,475, and I'm going to multiply it by 10%, so 0.10. Okay, so our down payment is $24,247.50. And if you know the trick about taking 10%, you just have to move the decimal once. That's how you'll find 10% of something. All right, so now the amount you're financing is the price of the car less the down payment. So I have to subtract these two numbers, the price of the car and the down payment, before I actually plug into my formula. Okay, so when I take the price of the car and I subtract the down payment, I find that this is the amount of money that I am financing. So this is my A of P. All right, so I'm looking for my R. So let's start filling in the information. So we are taking a 6-year loan. So let's start with that. So my N is going to be 12 times 6, because I'm making monthly payments. So my N is going to be 72. My I is my interest rate. Now be careful of that because it's not my APR. So my APR is 5%. So 5%. I'm going to change it into a decimal. So I get 0.05. That's how much I pay per year. But I have to divide that by 12 to find out the interest I'm paying monthly. And when I type it into my calculator, it's kind of like a long, funky decimal. So I'm going to actually just use this in my formula so that I don't have to round in the middle of the problem. Okay, so let me start plugging in. So I have my amount that I'm financing. So that's my A of P. I don't know what my R is. That's missing. That's what I want to know, what my monthly payments are going to be. Then I have 1 minus, 1 plus my I. I'm going to put this decimal in. My annual rate divided by 12 because I want my monthly rate. And then to the negative 72. And then over 0.05 annual rate over 12 to get my monthly rate. Okay, so now I'm going to put this whole thing in my calculator. I'm going to get a decimal value, and then I'm going to divide it off so I can get R by itself. All right, so I have it typed in exactly how I have it written with the fractions inside of the fraction. Okay, and so I have $218,227.50 equals R, and then this whole parenthesis is 62.092, blah, 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 blah. I just stop writing it because I'm going to use my calculator to divide anyway. All right, so now I'm going to divide this 62 off to get my R by itself. Okay, and I'm going to use my calculator, so I'm going to write $218,227.50 divided by my answer. So I'm going to press second answer so I don't have to type it in again. Wow, and those are my monthly payments for this McLaren. So I'm going to pay monthly for 6 years. So I'm going to make 72 payments of $3,514.54. That is rounding appropriately to cents. Okay, so now you guys can try to have a little fun with this in that when you go to the cars.com, take a couple minutes to just sort of look through all the different models and makes that they have. Of course, type in your zip code, and then you can find something fun and sort of figure out how much you'd have to pay monthly if this was something that you'd be really interested in when you have a job and you can afford this, of course. So have a little fun with it, and then you're going to take a picture of your work and, of course, your final answer, which is your R, your recurring payments.